Are you looking at Irvine, California homes for sale? Most people see the master plan communities, top tier school districts, the pristine parks, the fact that it's one of the safest cities in America, and think it's an absolute paradise. But before you pack your bags and write your offer, here are 7 things you need to know before you move to Irvine. Today, we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the expensive. The truth is, relocating to Irvine simply off online pictures and glossy brochures could be a major financial risk. Most people miss the hidden costs or expenses that come with owning in Irvine, such as things like Mello-Roos that can be $3,000 or even $8,000 or more added to your tax bill year after year, or the fact that your HOA may tell you, hey, you can't have that type of landscaping, or your front door or garage door needs to be this color. Without mapping out your move and considering all these things could be a huge setup for buyer's remorse. So let's look past the marketing and break down the real boots on the ground things you need to know about living and moving to Irvine. Point 1, the village layout ecosystem. Irvine doesn't have this downtown core like you'd normally see in other cities. It's built around these little villages, and you have Woodbridge, Woodbury, Orchard Hills, and all these little hyper-focused villages have their own shopping, gyms, coffee shops. So most things that you'll be doing will be around your village depending on what neighborhood you move to in Irvine. Point 2, the Mello-Roos reality check. The point is, if you're buying new construction in areas like Portola Springs or Great Park of Irvine, those have a heavy tax premium on the land itself. And those bonds come in place because they had to build roads, schools, parks, etc., and they pass those costs back on to the homeowners. So you'll have those Mello-Roos taxes, meaning your taxes for your property taxes could be 1.5% or even 1.8% of your purchase price or assessed value, maybe even 2% in some areas, compared to older parts of Irvine, maybe Northwood, where those Mello-Roos have expired or no longer on the property, so your property tax base sits around 1% a year. Point number 3, association overload. So if you're buying a condo or detached condo and you're in an HOA, most likely you're going to be paying a master HOA plan each month, and you're going to be paying a sub-association fee. So you need to budget that into your search and make sure you want to check anytime if there's going to be 1 or 2 association fees. You may want to budget anywhere from $300 to $800, depending on which community you buy in. Point number 4, the safety and aesthetics trade-off. Yes, you won't see many power lines. The streets are spotless. Everywhere is well landscaped and it looks beautiful all throughout Irvine. The trade-off is some people don't like that. They want some historic charm. They want a little bit of things out of place, if you will. I love how well manicured Irvine is, but some people feel like it can be a little sterile or it can be too uniform. After a while, you start to see the same thing and everything just seems so perfect. They actually want something different. Point 5, deciphering the traffic flow. Now, depending on your commute and where you have to go, if you're dependent on the 405 or the 5 freeway, you want to understand what's happening during peak hours and which roads are going to be congested. It can literally take 30 minutes or 45 minutes or even an hour to get on from one side of Irvine to the other side of Irvine if you choose the wrong time. Now, the traffic can be pretty good compared to some other parts of Southern California. However, you must keep in mind it can be a night and day difference from somewhere that can be normally a 5 or 10-minute commute to you almost losing your sanity because you have to sit in so much traffic. So make sure you keep that in mind. Point 6, the Irvine Unified School District advantage. I'll just be straight out about it. Irvine School District has phenomenal schools. That is one of the major advantages of buying in Irvine. People move here because of the schools, and it's one of the determining factors why real estate values have such a high floor, because people don't sell here and people are always trying to get in here just to get their kids into the school system. And the schools are highly competitive. Your students, if you have children, or your kids are going to be around kids that are really trying to go to the next level when it comes to education. That's one of the beautiful things about Irvine. You just have to know that going into it, it can be highly competitive. Point 7, the price per square foot premium. Now, here is the honest truth. Because it's so beautiful here and everything is well manicured and master planned, and you have great schools and you're close to the airport and all these great companies nearby, everyone wants to live here. And because of that, prices are not inexpensive. You're talking 1.5 is the average here. So you don't have a lot of options if you're a buyer looking under $1 million. And you have to take all those things into consideration. Do you need great schools? Do you care what the neighborhoods look like? Do you need them to be decent or do you need them to be spotless? All those things you need to take into account to see if you would like maybe a larger yard, because you're not going to get really a big yard in Irvine unless you go up in price. All those things come into consideration whenever you're looking at buying, because there's a lot of great cities outside of Irvine, but Irvine is truly something special. As a local real estate advisor here in Irvine and Orange County, we look at these numbers and we look at the data every single month for our clients. And we don't just look at the surface level stuff. We do a deep dive. We look into the taxes, the boundaries, the title, all things that could affect that property. And we try to focus on properties that are going to be the best long-term investment for their lifestyle and for their appreciation, because it is an investment and we want you to create wealth through real estate. If you are planning to move to Irvine or anywhere in Orange County in the next 9 days or 9 months, don't go at it alone. My team does this all the time. Message me at 714-580-1047, or you can even send me a message and my team can send you a complete relocation guide for here in Irvine, what to know, what you need to know to make the best decision for you and your family. Make sure you stick around, subscribe to the channel for more real estate content and property tours. See you in the next video. Thank you.